This video we are going to discuss the German P1 pistol and the post-war P38 alloy frame handgun. But before we get into it, if you would please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and if you could, become a member. Thank you. Alright, so what I have here, one time I had both of those guns. I had a police issue P38, and in here I have a P1. And what I did is I bought a Repro World War II leather holster, put my extra mag in there, and that's what I keep the P1 in. Now, the story on these, P38 was probably in World War II one of the most innovative handguns that there were. Okay, it was issued to the German Army, and I think you can see on this one's a P1. I picked this up, it was the last one that came in for this one gun dealer, and something with the UN or something, P1s are declared war material, and after a certain point, they were coming into the market for quite a while. They got classified as war materials, so anything issued to the Bundeswehr, the German Armed Forces, the P1, were destroyed, required by international law. But you will still see the post-war aluminum frame guns come in that say P38, and what those were law enforcement issued handguns, and they were used globally throughout Europe. I think South Africa had a bunch of them that their police forces or military carried. So Walter did sell a lot of these guns post-war. So this one's a P1. We all know about the P38 style gun. Older style gun, 7-round mag, and has the European heel release. So that's going to be a detractor and a 7-round magazine. And this particular gun, I believe, was a training weapon or something, and was reworked. I believe it has reworked markings on it where it was re-arsenaled. And also, this decocker doesn't want to work, and that's something of a problem with it. I've seen a couple other P38s like this. Something's a little bit off. I don't know how to adjust it or fix it, but for what I use it for, and it's more of a relic and a collector's item than a gun that I would carry around in that. This is something I take out to the range. So, concealability, gotta give it like a 3 or 4. I mean, it's a nice gun, it's pretty slim, but there's a lot of other choices out there. Concealability ain't it. Alright, so, shit hits the fan gun. The holster, back in the day, these things did go, I believe, 300 units or something. These things still had some good value to them. About 300 unit gun. You used to be able to get all the flick-tan holsters and that, but you got to modify them to go on a regular belt. So yeah, the P1s came in, they were popular, then they stopped importing them, but then you could get the ones just marked Walter, and even until recently, I think last year, the year before, they were bringing them in, and usually you're getting some that are fairly worn, and they're a bit, they're not as nice as the first ones that came in, put it to you that way. So, to use this as a shit hits the fan gun, well, when they weren't expensive, I'm going to say there's a lot better choices you can use. The 7-round mag, the heel, magazine release and that, I'm going to knock this down to a 6. Because between 2 magazines, you're carrying less than what a modern double-stack 9 carries. Okay, so we're going to call that a 7. Home defense, just having a 9 around the house, this, going to give it a 9, 8 or 9. Again, old design. It's a good gun. It's a solid gun. So home defense is up there. I wouldn't, be afraid to use it as home defense. Hunting, okay, this is of course with rifles and shotguns. I'm going to give it, I might even delete in the handguns the hunting thing. General purpose shooter. Now that is why I have this. This is a neat gun. It holds its value, okay. I like the P38 design, and it's fun to go out and just shoot all day long as a curiosity. It's great. So general purpose shooting, it's something to enjoy. I'm going to give it a 10. Okay. Militia weapon, again, much like shit hit the fan thing. If this is all you had with a holster or something, yes, if that's what you got. Commonality, 9mm. If, say, you got 50 Action Express in this, but you can bum some cartridges off of somebody else in a situation, like I defined that militia thing where natural disaster or something. Yeah, okay, then you can use this, because of the ammunition commonality. Gonna give it an 8 for that. Just as in an emergency, you can find 9mm ammo where you may not find other types of ammo, and then this will become a viable thing in an emergency situation. Collector's item, the P1 is a 10, okay, and the value goes up with them over time. So collector's item is a 10. Ammo price and availability, 9mm Luger, that's probably the best, so we're going to give that a 10, That's reliability. Like I said, there's some mechanical issues with this, but this gun fires. It kind of, I think when it was reworked, the chamber was tight. This thing was real finicky about the ammo, and even though, but it's a P1, and they stopped importing them. That's why I kept it. The other one I had, the police one, and we just marked Walter P38. That thing fired 9mm and it was fine, and yeah, the decocker worked on that one, but I ended up liquidating it. So reliability on them, I'm going to give a 9. Okay. Parts, repair, accessories. Accessories you can get, repro holsters, like this World War II one. You can probably still find surplus holsters. Those are plentiful and cheap, and now they've dried up and they're quite expensive. That's why I ended up getting this for it. And parts and that to repair, I'm gonna say you could probably find them, probably get parts. I haven't looked into it, but probably Numerocharms or something. I don't know how difficult it will be. Over the years, it used to be common guns like that. It used to be easy to get parts, and then now it's kind of not. So parts, repair, accessories, I'm going to give it a 7. Okay, just because I really don't know. And overall cost and value. Well, like I said, what I got this for 3 beans. And I know probably a P1 now, you don't even really see them come up for sale that often. So, yeah, it's, for me, it's gone up in value. But for the person who would like one, you're going to find that they are not inexpensive no more, World War II versions are all just about over a K. Alright, so I don't even fool with them. Alright. So overall, if you really want one, they're historic in that whenever they show up, they used to. I think that's kind of fizzled out. I haven't seen, there was a couple batches come in. So I don't know. It may be a bygone thing, okay? But it is one to get in your collection, even if it's the law enforcement one with the alloy frame. Alright, thank you, and stay tuned.